friend, and greetings from the UNI-Dome as Cedar Falls Community Television is very excited to provide you with high school athletics. Tonight, it's state high school football playoff coverage as the Cedar Falls Tigers host the Rams of Dubuque Senior. Hi, everybody. Mark Simpson with you, along with the coach, John Yoakum, as we're prepared for what should be a fun evening of high school football. And John, playoff time's always a real special event.
Also, when you get to play a team twice, you never know what happens the second time around.
Well, the Tigers will be taking on Dubuque Senior tonight, and we look at the brackets for this bracket where Cedar Falls is involved with. You see Cedar Falls 9-0 taking on the 5-4 Rams. The bottom half of this bracket B has Bettendorf going up against Linmar. The numbers to the left of the teams is their seeding. And for 4A District 3, where the Tigers participated this year, they ran the table going 5-0. Of course, they had an exciting win against Prairie in the season finale. Now, the highlighted teams, those are the teams qualifying to the playoffs from Class 4A District 3. The last and final Associated Press 4A football poll, West Des Moines Valley number 1, and then you see Cedar Falls receiving one first-place vote, and they move into second place in the AP standings. Well, who's won their districts this year in Class 4A? These are the teams that won their districts. You see Cedar Falls winning District 3 and the rest of the schools in 4A. And then the at-large teams qualifying to the playoffs and what districts they represent. Well, for Dubuque Senior, going 5-4, got off to a good start, winning 3 of their first 4 games. In fact, 5 of their first 7, but losing to Cedar Falls on October 18th and then stubbing their toe against Cedar Rapids Jefferson in their season finale. So ending the season without the momentum you're hoping for to go into the postseason. And for Cedar Falls, 9-0, several close games with the Tigers with that knack to pull out the close ones this season. So Cedar Falls versus Dubuque Senior, the Tigers trying to beat the Rams in the first round of the playoffs and move on to the quarterfinals. John and I will have the call of tonight's game right after this. This is Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham Way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham Way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
With phone service from those other guys, you get a bill like this. Take a good look. What are all those fees? Why is it so hard to see the real price of your service? After all those tack-on charges, it's hard to tell. It's different with FiberNet Phone from CFU. Great calling features are free, and you get one combined monthly bill for all CFU services. Visit cfu.net/phone to see our simple, low-cost service plans and switch to FiberNet Phone from CFU.
We're at the UNI-Dome for this Class 4A first-round playoff game between Cedar Falls and Dubuque Senior. The first round of the playoffs in 4A, these are the matchups. Cedar Falls with the number 2 seed heading into the postseason, taking on Dubuque Senior team they defeated October 18th, 3 weeks ago, 33-10 in Dubuque. And we are ready for the opening kickoff. The flip was won by Senior. They deferred, and the Tigers with the return. Caden Barnett aggressively grabbing the football, and good field position for Cedar Falls to open up this drive.
Well, the last time these two teams played, Bryce Alba ran the opening kick back for a touchdown, so they learned their mistake there. Just kind of popped it up in the air, kind of shortened the return down.
Cedar Falls Tigers averaging almost 38 points per ball game. Cale Loescher, the senior quarterback, has thrown for 18 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, completing 64% of his passes. Comes out flinging, and a quick pass caught by Ben Cernett, and that's enough for a first down as he gets across the 45. Ben Cernett hauls in his 41st reception of the year. Quick gain of 10 yards, and the Tigers will have a first and 10.
You say it was almost kind of a bad spot there, but was able to get it there. Yeah, if they're going to play off Cernett like that, we'll just pitch and catch every time right there.
Tigers very balanced, averaging 181 yards through the air, 175 yards on the ground per game. Loescher, quick slant, and caught it by Wolf, and Landon Wolf with a big reception all the way to the 30.
And that's something where seniors banking on us running a quick bubble screen there. That's been a successful play for us. Get Wolf on a quick slant there, hit him right in the numbers.
And they thread the seam, and the Tigers had the ball at the 33-yard line of Dubuque Senior. So Loescher, pass completions to Cernett, and Landon Wolf, the junior, now hauls in his 10th catch of the year. Lone back is Ryan Ostrich, coming off a 221-yard performance against Cedar Rapids Prairie last week, and the Rams are waiting for him. Nowhere to go for Ryan Ostrich. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
The Rams ready for that one, kind of busted through the line. Be interested to come back to that motion with Campbell. They will probably want to see how they defend that, if they go man-to-man or stay in the zone, but they'll probably come back to that motion again.
Leading tackler for Dubuque Senior, their linebacker Seth Bullock, number 19. Second leading tackler is the other linebacker, Carter Conradi, number 79. Second and long, running the option to the top of the field. Loescher pitching it out, and good running room for Ostrich. Bringing up a 3rd down and short.
This is definitely 4-down territory, so it opens the playbook to run or pass here. 3rd and definitely manageable here.
Ryan Ostrich needing just 17 yards coming into this ball game to surpass 1,000 yards for the season. 3rd down and 3. Out of the eye. Jager Borcherding is the fullback, and banging straight ahead for first down yardage is Ryan Ostrich.
Did a good job of opening a hole there. Looked like Borcherding did a good job of getting to the 2nd level on a linebacker. Great contact there by Borcherding on the lead block. Gives Ostrich the space he needs to pick up the first down.
Borcherding, a 5'10", 190-pound senior. She has quietly played a pivotal role for the Tigers offense this year.
He's been very effective blocking, and he's had some nice runs as well.
Tigers, same formation they just used with that eye, strong side to the left. Play action, rolling out. Loescher looking to the sidelines, making the catch, shedding the tackler is Cernett, and he carries a man all the way down to about the 2 as Ben Cernett puts the Cedar Falls Tigers in a 1st and goal.
And the impressive part about this was the balance he has. He catches it, but he's able to keep his strength and his balance, sheds the tackle, almost gets into the end zone there.
Kane McWilliams unable to wrap up the defensive back, the corner for Dubuque Senior. That sets Cedar Falls up in great position. 1st and goal from the 2 on this opening drive of this ball game. Cernett in motion. Tigers keep it on the ground, and Ostrich will go in, nearly untouched for the score.
That's like trying to stop a bullet right there. He just lowered his pad level and sprints straight ahead. You're not going to be able to stop him from 1.5 yards, 2 yards out. Just lowers his shoulder right here.
That's a real impressive start for Cedar Falls. 65 yards through the air, on the ground, and it's Ryan Ostrich going in from 2 yards out. Ostrich scoring his 16th touchdown of the year. Bryce Alba, perfect on the extra point, and just like that, 7-0. Some of the highlights on this drive that Cedar Falls went down the field and eventually scoring on that short run by Ostrich. A good mixture.
Yeah, they were off balance. Dubuque Senior's off balance the whole time. Here's the big pass down the sideline to Surnett. Finish it off with a run by Ostrich.
Ostrich, that's his 6th touchdown here in the last 2 games. Of course, he had that big 5-touchdown performance against Cedar Rapids Prairie in that district clinching victory for Cedar Falls to end the regular season.
Well, that's exactly how you want to start this game, though. You know, in the seedings 1 through 16, number 15 team coming on the road, first round of the playoffs. You don't want to give them any hope, and that first drive was a pretty good start in delivering that message.
All ball ready to kick off. The ball spotted at the 40. And a chance for a return. Bounces around inside the 15. Picked up. And Kane McWilliams bounces off a couple tackles and takes it up to the 22. Riley Barnett coming up with the special teams tackle for CF.
Capri Wilson slowed him down initially, and then Barnett cleaned him up. Be interesting to see if that kind of squib kind of kick was by design or just missed it a little bit.
The ball spotted at the 24-yard line, and Dubuque senior quarterback is Tommy Casey. Kane McWilliams with that kickoff return, their leading rusher. He just needs 2 yards to go over 1,000 on the year. In motion, Kendrick, Watkins, Hogue. They run the jet sweep with him. Able to turn the corner. Good yardage on first down, maybe 6 yards.
We talked about, you know, senior losing their last 2 games, but they're definitely a very skill-based team, and the weather could definitely affect them, which might have happened outside the last 2 games. I think they would welcome playing in the Dome tonight.
Watkins, Hogue. It's 57 receptions on the year. The lead the Rams in that category is Kane McWilliams. Shakes a would-be tackler and scampers for a first down in front of the Cedar Falls bench.
That's good first couple plays here for senior. Direct snap to the running back.
McWilliams with a carry. Bailey and Katie Barnett on the stop. First down.
They move from the 24 now up to the 38-yard line after that run by McWilliams. They'll go trips right, receiver top of the field. Tommy Casey working out of the shotgun. And they'll throw to the near side. There's contact, and a flag's going to fly, and a penalty is going to be called on Jabril Bailey. Appears to be the right call.
Yeah, he was just trying to time it there, and when the ball came into the air, he tried to go make a play on the ball and just collided with the receiver. He was in the right spot. He made the right read.
So the pass was intended to the tight end, Ben Hafel, and Jabril Bailey. Cedar Falls cornerback called for the penalty. First down for the Rams, who are now on the Tigers side of the field at the Cedar Falls 46-yard line. Dubuque senior, again, a record of 5-4. They finished 2-3 in Class 4A District 3. Tigers 9-0. They were 5-0 in the district. So they go with McWilliams, and only a couple yards this time.
Be interesting to see if we can kind of get a rhythm here defensively, because this is the first play we've kind of slowed him down a little bit on.
Tiger defense, led by the defensive tackle Colin Bonenkamp and middle linebacker Caden Barnett. This has been a solid Tiger defense. They've bent a few times this year, but they've been able to make the big plays when needed. Empty backfield for Casey. Looking to throw. They set up a screen. Oh, and it's dropped by Watkins Hogue. Oh, he was wide open, middle of the field. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
I think if you give Bonenkamp a lot of credit there, because he was the one to put the pressure on the quarterback. Quick move to the inside. Quarterback threw it a little bit before he wanted to. If he would have had time, probably would have been able to complete that pass.
Pass a little bit behind Watkins Hogue, but I'm sure he's telling Casey, it's my bad. I should have had that. Bleacher creatures into it. Casey dropping back. They're going to set up the screen again. They throw it, and this time off the fingertips of McWilliams.
We had Barnett and Mickey there ready to make the play if he completed it.
And now the punting unit coming on. Parker Kerf, only averaging 31 yards a punt this season. Back deep to receive, Bryce Albaugh. Standing at the 10-yard line. High snap. And here's Kerf's kick. Angling for the coffin corner kick. And will go into the end zone.
That's close. Ball popped up a little bit there.
Teased the Rams for a moment. I thought it might fall inside the 5, but it's going to be a touchback, and the Tigers will lead 7-0. They scored on a 2-yard run by Ryan Ostrich to cap off a 65-yard drive.
Scored easily, too. I mean, every play seemed to be pretty effective here. It seemed like we had Dubuque Senior off balance, but I thought we'd run it. We were throwing it, and I thought we'd throw it, we'd run it.
Well, Tigers all-time against Dubuque Senior, 22-2, and you see Cedar Falls a perfect record at the UNI-Dome. That 22-2 record includes a couple of wins in the postseason. Play action. Loescher's going deep, has a receiver, but just overthrows Trey Campbell, who got a couple steps past a pair of defensive backs.
Well, it didn't take him long to come back to that motion to Campbell like I thought they would. They wanted to kind of see how Senior defends that, get Campbell in the slot against a favorable matchup, and just let him go.
So it's 2nd down and 10. The Tigers go for the home run ball on 1st down. Wolf and Cernette to the near side. Now they put in motion Daniel Hutchins. Big hole up the middle, and Ostrich takes off. Ostrich, it's a foot race. Can they chase him? And they do, just from behind, as good hustle by Kane McWilliams, able to run down Ryan Ostrich, but a huge run, and the Tigers have the ball at the 14-yard line.
Look at this hole right up the middle. The whole lineman gave Ostrich was amazing. You got to commend the effort here to catch him.
Putting him down at the 9-yard line.
I think he got over 1,000, Mark.
Picked up 71 in that chunk. And again, credit Kane McWilliams, the cornerback, to chase down the speedy Ryan Ostrich. Pass out into the flat. Cernette shakes one defender, another, and dives in for the touchdown. Give him 6.
Great moves here by Cernette on the edge. Just gives both guys a little shake, and then into the end zone.
So the Tigers 2 for 2 tonight.
Those are good athletes he's making miss right out there in space.
Ben Cernette hauls in the touchdown pass of 9 yards, and the Tigers, their offense is clicking here in the first quarter. Get 2 nifty moves by Cernette.
That's just a great start to the game there. Back-to-back drives, march right down the field. You know, Senior's got to be thinking, it's a long bus ride here, it's a long bus ride home. Tigers are rolling. They did have something going there in that first drive, though. You know, they did have some positives there before Cedar Falls kind of bowed up there at the end. Interesting to see how they do here on their second drive.
14-0, Cedar Falls. Still, here's the long run by Ryan Ostrich. Watch the hole. Drive a Civic Accord up there. Look at that. A Honda Civic, I should say, driving up there. And then the hustle.
That's a great effort
By Kane McWilliams.
McWilliams and Hope back deep for the
I don't think anybody was going to catch Ostrich.
No. Loescher started to act like he thought it was a touchdown right away.
Now the offensive line watching the tape. There's
probably offsides, procedure penalty, whatever on the kicking team. So we had a guy cross before the ball was kicked.
So instead from the 40, we go to the 35-yard line. We'll try it again.
Yeah, we were off by a little bit. It's okay, we'll take the hustle.
These two teams meeting again for the second time in 3 weeks, and Cedar Falls winning October 18th, 33-10. That was a game they jumped out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter, and kind of in that same script right now with the Tigers up by a couple of touchdowns.
This happened a week or two ago, and Ball just bombed it into the end zone anyways with an extra 5 yards.
There's Kane McWilliams.
He's got to be tired too. He ran just as far as Ostrich did.
I don't understand why. I mean, it's a little bit of a delay following that penalty. And
Albaugh knew right away. He just picked up the tee and went back 5 yards. So let's do it again here.
So now we're ready to go. It's an honor for the, of course, both teams qualify for the playoffs, but also for this officiating crew as well, as they're being rewarded for high marks throughout the course of the year.
Yep. Yeah, it's always the playoffs are an honor for everybody that gets to be involved with it, and just like I kind of thought there, Albaugh just said, I'll just add an extra 5 yards onto my touchback.
No biggie. Oh, we have found Waldo on sacks in the van. Well, Cedar Falls, first round of the playoffs, pretty good. 23-4, almost unbeatable here at the first round in the UNI-Dome. 18-1. As second man through, and that is Hunter Preston, junior.
I think Weimer did a good job of keeping contained there on the edge, forced the quarterback back inside. As long as you force the quarterback back inside, the linebackers have a chance to get him.
Second down, 8. So the Rams spread the field. Casey working out of the shotgun. They changed the player. Now they get that in from the sidelines. And they run the jets. No, they fake the jet sweep. Quarterback tries to go up the middle, and Logan Clements finds him first and brings him down for a loss of a yard.
Quarterback almost fumbled this, looked like. Kind of got hit on that jet sweep. There's nothing there. Logan Clements again.
Third down and 9, Logan Clements. His 13th tackle for a loss this year. He has been a beast this year from that defensive end position. Third down and 9. Pocket closing. He lofts it down the field. Nobody there. It's going to be picked off by Bailey. Bailey on the other way. Bailey still on his feet and takes it to the 29. Obvious confusion between the quarterback and the receiver on what route they're going to run. And it was almost like a punt, as we have an injured player down for Dubuque Senior. That's the center, Gage Boland.
Wonder if he got like a crackback block or something here when he was running to make the tackle, because he's not moving a lot.
So looking at the injured player for Dubuque Seniors, we see the highlights there of Jabril Bailey. That's his second pick of the season.
It's got to be a kind of a block after we pick it off, I think.
Well, he floated the pass, then again the receiver just did like a curl.
Yeah, he got blocked. And they actually say it more for quarterbacks, is to kind of have your head on a swivel on that kind of stuff, because you're a live player. Once the ball's turned over, you're a defender. And he kind of got blocked when he wasn't expecting it there.
As they look at the injured player for Dubuque Senior, again, let's look at the Class 4A playoff matchups for tonight, as some interesting matchups across the state in 4A in this first round. There you see all the pairings going on. West Des Moines Valley, the big favorite, as they host Indianola in our game. Then West Des Moines Dowling hosting Des Moines Roosevelt. Again, Dowling, a huge favorite, 6-time defending state champs. Ankeny Centennial, they have a home game against Urbandale. Cedar Rapids Kennedy against Fort Dodge. That should be a interesting matchup, that being played at Kingston Stadium tonight. Southeast Polk, home game against Ankeny. Ankeny has 3
Played well.
losses on the year, but all 3 losses, boy,
They gave us plenty
yeah,
of a scare.
Yeah, it could have gone either way, and we could have a different result for Ankeny this season. Bettendorf on the road at Linn-Mar. Of course, the Tigers, they win this game, would play that winner a week from tonight at the UNI-Dome in the quarterfinals of the 4A playoffs. There you see the brackets. Tigers
I
already
was waiting for you to go on air with your upset specials, Mark.
I'm being quiet about that
Okay,
now.
I was gonna say.
I'm having second thoughts after talking with you. Well, not a good sign. They're bringing out a stretcher.
Yeah, that was my concern because I didn't see him move a lot, and when you have the upper body, head, and neck injuries, you can't be too careful.
Bettendorf, the Tigers have beaten already this year. Of course, that was that high-scoring game at Bettendorf, 35-32. That was a game that was halted or lightning delay during the course of that ball game early in the season.
And that's one where, if I remember, Cedar Falls came out really well after that break and kind of scored a couple touchdowns and had a couple score lead, and Bettendorf kind of closed the gap near the end. And you see the RPI on the previous, well, on the previous one with Bettendorf being the 7 seed, but playing at Linn-Mar, if you're an unseeded team and you're playing a district champion, you go to the district champions. So that's why Linn-Mar's hosting as a higher seed.
And look at some of the other brackets there. West Des Moines Valley, number 1 seed.
The Waukee Prairie game's interesting because the second or third week of the season, Waukee won like 41-7 against Prairie. But Prairie's been playing really well lately, and their style of play is sometimes hard to prepare for with the way they play. It'd be interesting to see. I would expect a much closer game.
Yeah, Prairie, I was very impressed with what they did last week offensively.
This is the Mark Simpson updates or upset special.
Yeah, I picked
bracket.
Urbandale to beat Ankeny Centennial
and Fort Dodge.
And Fort Dodge.
I'm going to go with the favorites.
We'll
I'm going with the chalk.
All right, Fort Dodge. They can provide problems with that passing offense.
Let's see, steak and lobster dinner or something.
I'm not going to go that far out on a limb. Yes, that is, again, bracket C. And we look at bracket D. There's Dowling, the 3rd seed. They'll take on the Rough Riders of Des Moines Roosevelt. And then you have Southeast Polk versus Ankeny. So, well, again, they're looking at the injured player, and again, our prayers and thoughts go to him as they're working him on a stretcher right now. There's obviously concern for Gage Boland. Hey, we just want to remind you that the Iowa High School Athletic Association, they need your help to add registered sports officials here in the 2019-2020 school year. Officials are needed at all levels in all Iowa High School Athletic Association sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games can't take place without them. And you can visit the website, iahsaa.org or highschoolofficials.com for more information. And help the Iowa High School Athletic Association add one today. And it's coming somewhat critical.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And the officials that are out there, most of them are near the end of their career. I mean, I see it in basketball all the time. Football, I think you have a few more sometimes, but basketball for sure, I see a lot of people that are near the end of their officiating career. I don't know. It definitely is going to be a problem.
And
unless people start stepping up and wanting to do it.
Yeah, I've seen the same thing in baseball as well with the umpiring. So you see more of a older clan, looking for some new blood and some guys to help out the sport. So again, they look for new officials. And we want to remind you, too, that the Iowa High School Athletic Association would like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and to those around you, regardless of how an event is going. A good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, that sets a positive example on and off the field. The Iowa High School Athletic Association thanks you for being a good sport for tonight's game. 14-0 is our score right now. And we want to remind you that our broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find them online at withamauto.com. They're helping the injured player to the stretcher. Let's take a break. This is Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. That means stocking a wide selection of the area's top-selling pre-owned vehicles that fit any budget. From low-mileage cars to one-owner cars to local trades, we carry the vehicles you want. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
There is only one place that has all of the highlights, all of the interviews, and all the great behind-the-scenes footage. Don't miss out on the high-flying action as we break it down on Panther Sports Talk. Tune in each week as Panther Sports Talk covers everything related to University of Northern Iowa athletics. Catch Panther Sports Talk on Channel 15, Cedar Falls Community Television.
Tigers lead 14-0. And
Did get some good news. He gave a thumb up as he was kind of being off on the stretcher there. So that is a positive there.
Gage Boland, our prayers go out with him, the 6'2", 265-pound senior, shaken up. And, you know, again, it's just precautionary, and let's hope that nothing serious. And now we go back to football after the lengthy delay, after Jabril Bailey with that interception and the return, putting the Tigers already up by 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of Dubuque Senior. So see how the teams respond after having to sit around for about 10 minutes as they looked at the injured player for the Rams. And Cale Loescher was pointing at something, was at the play clock.
Maybe saying, let me throw one deep here. Go, Wolf, go long.
Well, they have Wolf top of the field. And then
Hutchins.
Daniel Hutchins here on the near side.
This is the Borcherding package. We got Borcherding at fullback. And this is traditional pro set here. 1 tight end, 2 receivers, 2 backs.
The only thing I'm guessing is that
They want to make sure they close the door
Yeah.
and get all that stuff settled before they start play.
See that door where the Tigers run out of to begin the ball game, that was up. Now they're closing it. Now we're ready to continue on with the game. So back to this Class 4A first-round playoff game. There's Hutchins in motion. Cedar Falls will run the ball, and again a big hole up the middle. Ryan Ostrich always with those legs moving. Off the right side of the line of scrimmage, picking up 5, maybe 6 yards.
We're able to pull. I think there was Sock that pulled there, double teamed the defensive end to create a seam for Ostrich to run through.
Second down.
So again, the first time these two teams met on October 18th, Cedar Falls used that fast start leading 21-0 and then won 33-10. And Tigers already up 14-0. Facing a 2nd down and 4. Play action to Ostrich. Loescher throws it, and nice catch by, nope, Cernette could not bring it in. Almost made a nice catch in front of the sidelines, reaching up high.
He went up to get it, and he just said there, "It's my bad, I probably should have caught it," but he got hit as he was fully extended, and that's what kind of popped the ball out here. He gets it in his hands and then gets hit in the back. Just kind of knocked it out. See, he wasn't happy about it. He knew. He wants Loescher to throw that every time.
3rd down and 4 facing Cedar Falls. They'll use Borcherding, the fullback, almost like an H-back there. Left side of the line of scrimmage, up the middle. And Ostrich submarines his way. Let's see where the spot is, whether or not he picked up the first down.
I think he's got enough. They're probably going to measure. It looks like he got it to me. Oh.
The referee says, move the chains.
Good enough.
So the Tigers now at the 19-yard line. Cedar Falls maybe going for the knockout punch here early in this ball game against this Rams team that's riding a 2-game losing streak heading into the playoffs. Loescher drops back 3 steps, lobs it into the far right-hand side of the corner. It's caught. Is he in? Give him 6. Daniel Hutchins with the over-the-shoulder catch.
Can't throw the ball any better than that. He just drops it right in over the top. The only person that could catch it was Hutchins. Look at that pass. Just drops it right in, right over the top. There's nothing you can do about that.
Cale Loescher, pinpoint accuracy as he finds Daniel Hutchins, and the Tigers score their 3rd touchdown here in the first quarter. Set up by the short field after the interception by Bailey. And the Tiger fans liking it here at the UNI-Dome. Watch the pass.
I mean, what are you going to do about that defensively? There's nothing you can do. Great catch by Hutchins, too. Great concentration.
So Loescher, touchdown passes of 9 and now 19 yards. Is Hutchins. It's his 4th touchdown catch of the year.
That's the thing, too. All the weapons. I mean, he's passed to Cernetti. He's passed it to Wolf. We missed Campbell a little bit on a deep one. Hit Hutchins. I think he was looking for Remmert actually on that. Remmert was running a seam. We had a big play on that a couple weeks ago. I think when they covered Remmert up, that meant the safety was on Remmert, which left Hutchins one-on-one on the edge, which is why I threw it up to him.
3:56 still to play here in the first quarter, and the Rams have to be shell-shocked right now.
This is not the start they wanted. And the other tough thing with that injury is, if that's the center, you're putting a new person in snapping the ball that maybe not as used to that.
Albaugh's kick, no chance for a return. And the Rams on the touchback. And
they were waiting for that door because they put pads over it, so in case somebody runs through the end zone on that end, it's kind of covered. Yeah, and this is where it's fun playing defense. Yeah, there's not a lot of pressure on you. You can be aggressive, take some chances, and the defense is really clicking right now.
Watching who's going to be the center now for Dubuque Senior. It looks like Max Gorley, who was the left guard. They move him to center. Casey throws, ball deflected off the hands of Preston. How many times now already in this game have we seen the ball off the hands of a Rams receiver?
Riley Barnett was right there to make the play as well. And that's what you typically do with an offensive line where you miss the center. Take somebody who's got some experience, put him into that spot. That's a tough spot to come into as a reserve.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Williams, Jason to the quarterback. Casey drops back 3 steps, slant over the middle. This time caught by Watkins Hogue. I believe Watkins Hogue is going to South Dakota State. He's
got great numbers, 9 touchdowns. He averages almost 18 yards a catch. And that's a couple times they've run him on kind of that drag route across the formation. He's definitely explosive. And that's why I thought this might be a better matchup for them in the Dome, because there's obviously no wind and weather to deal with. He can kind of get free a little bit more.
Third down, just 2 coming up for the Rams. High snap. And this is Hunter Preston, and Preston carrying a tackle, and that's enough to move the sticks.
It's a great effort there by Preston. He kind of had some contact about a yard or 2 line, and there was a high snap. There's some contact there. Fights through it. Extends the play.
A correction, I think that's Trent Huseman now the center. I think I had said Max Gorley, but it's Trent Huseman. Back to pass, a pass that is deflected. I think Logan Clement got his hand on that.
Case's pass is under for Williams, incomplete. Seconds in.
As they try to set up again, like a little bubble screen.
Tigers blew that up. They were ready for that one.
2nd down and 10. So this Rams offense is not surprised this Tiger defense. Tiger defense, a little smarting. They giving up the 42 points last week against Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Yeah, they don't want to get chewed out tomorrow at practice. They're probably
quick pitch, and this is Kane McWilliams, and double teamed and brought down as the Tigers. Riley Barnett throws the leading rusher for Dubuque Senior down for about a 3-yard loss.
Barnett brothers there, but Riley just did a really good job of being physical with the receiver there. He just pushed him back into the backfield. He kept his arms free, got separation, and then tackled him low. There's nowhere to go. You know, as a receiver, that's not probably the guys you want to have to block, are the Barnett brothers.
Rams have to get to past their own 41-yard line. They'll spread the field. Hayful in motion. Now 3 receivers top of the field. They'll throw it, and this is Watkins Hogue. They throw it out to him and try to use his athleticism, try to create something. But the Tigers, good tackling. And there's Neil Alex Paxson.
You know, generally the teams that try to use speed on the edge is a favorable matchup for the Tigers because the all ball and Paxton and the speed they have on the outside, it's just not going to work. Look at there, 5, 6 Tigers there around the football. Just nowhere to go.
Paxson kind of finished off the play. Caden Barnett is holding him down at the ankles. Let the strong safety for the Tigers help out on that stop as punting. This is Kerf. All ball, chance to return at the 37. Still on his feet and up to the 46-yard line. Minute 24 to go in the first quarter. 21-0. Cedar Falls rolling right now in this first round playoff game. The winner moves on to the quarterfinals a week from tonight.
This is great field position again. The Tigers have to have a ton of confidence here on offense.
Cedar Falls last week, 56 points. It seemed like they could do whatever they wanted. This week, they've scored all 3 possessions.
It looked like I saw Sawyer Jacobson back on the offensive line as well. I don't know if he played last week or not, but I know he had that knee injury earlier in the year, and it's good to see him back out there as well.
Now we have a timeout taken by the Rams. Dubuque Senior having to spend a timeout. So the Tigers all-time here at the UNI-Dome, well, they've been pretty successful. As we look at the all-time record, how Cedar Falls has done, that's in the first round of playoff games. And then all-time here at the Dome, Cedar Falls, first round playoff games, 18-1.
Yeah, that'll work. And if you're getting to play the first round game in the Dome, that means you've had a great year and you're a higher seed. And they've just kept that going.
So following the timeout, we're ready to go. 1st and 10. Ball at the 46, showing blitz are the Rams. Tigers on the option. Nobody there to pick up Loescher. A penalty flag comes down, and so does Loescher as he spun out of bounds in front of the Tiger bench at the 47-yard line of Dubuque Senior. But it looks like this is coming back.
Yeah, it looked like the guy that kind of blitzed through the middle, either that or the nose tackle, kind of got held when they ran the option out to the side. That was the blitzer. Yep. And that's something that's tough when they blitz through the gap. You know, the linemen try to get a hold of him there, and that's tough when they stretch the play out to the side. You can kind of get away with some holding when it's on the interior part of the line, but when they get to the outside, it's easier to see.
So 1st and 20. So Tiger offense has been moving, but they're going to have to overcome this first down penalty. Minute 18 to go here in the first quarter. Low snap, grabbed by Loescher. Heaves it down the field. Again, the receiver's open, but led him too far. Ben Cernett, the intended targets. 2nd and 20 coming up.
Getting good time here. He has lots of time. Just overshot him a little bit.
Loescher, he does have a big arm,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
You're going to have a hard time outrunning him.
Now, I have not heard if Cale is leaning towards any colleges yet, but whoever gets him, they're going to get a good one.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not more larger schools in on him.
Tigers will run, and look at the hole. This is Bo Gross. Bo Gross, the senior. And he lowers his shoulder and little punishment at the end as he takes the ball all the way to the 25-yard line.
You got to like the finish to that run. You always talk about finishing your runs here, but watch the end of this run. He just lowers the boom here.
And again, he just cut back the other way. There was nobody. Watch right at the end.
He made the tackle, but he paid for it.
Well, Marcus Moore, the defensive back, got flattened.
Yeah. Where's the truck?
We have too many players on the field here. Somebody ran off and then runs back on for Dubuque Senior. Loescher comes out throwing a low throw, and did he bring it in? He did. Nice catch by Cernette. Well, I watched the others.
Yeah, somebody came from out of bounds on the Cedar Falls sideline.
Kendricks Watkins Hogue, he ran off the field onto the Cedar Falls sidelines. And one of the Rams ran off the field, and then Watkins Hogue ran back onto the field.
I've almost never seen that before.
I have not
Maybe
either.
he got hit by Gross on the last play, didn't know which side to go to.
Another completion for Loescher. Down to just 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tigers smelling that end zone again. Cedar Falls will run, and Bo Gross puts his head down and takes the ball down to the 11.
That'll be the last play.
A big lead heading into the second quarter. They're up 21-0 here at the UNI-Dome over Dubuque Senior in this first round playoff game. Cedar Falls postseason football is brought to you by our main sponsor, Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find them online at withamauto.com. We'll be back quarter number 2 right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
21-0. Cedar Falls on top. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line of Dubuque Senior. Mark Simpson with John Yoakum here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Thank you so much for joining us. There's the head coach of the Tigers in his 15th year, Brad Remmer. 141 wins, 28 losses, and this is the 14th time he's guided the Tigers into the postseason. There's that pro formation look, pitch out. This is Gross. He's got the speed, and he tries to turn the corner, but a good job by Dubuque Senior extending the play, and they'll bring him down for no gain.
It's a good play design. We faked the dive here with Borcherding, trying to keep the defense collapsed and then pitch it to the outside. We just weren't able to get to the edge.
Tigers dominated that first quarter, John. 227 yards, total offense, to the Rams 25.
What was time of possession? Oh, it was a little bit closer there. We scored pretty quickly, I guess.
Tigers trying to punch it into the red zone again. They fake the pitch. Loescher takes a couple steps to his left, finds Remmert. Yes, touchdown, give him 6. Good catch, Jacob Remmert, extending his body to make a difficult grab, and the Tigers now lead 27-0.
Loescher throws a dart there. Good hands by Remmert. I like that Remmert actually got to celebrate a little bit on this one because he's the long snapper, so he's got to get rid of the gloves. A little quick celebration here. Somebody take my gloves. I got to snap the ball.
So the second play of the second quarter. Another touchdown pass for Cale Loescher, and the extra point on the way is no good. Oh, he missed it. wide right. So it's 27-0. Cedar Falls with the lead. Only the second miss of the year by Bryce Albaugh. Watch the touchdown, and Loescher cool in the pocket.
The great thing there is when he caught it, he rolled to his back so he could keep the ball away from the turf. They did get a little bit of a push on that extra point from the our right side of the line. They busted through a little bit. Maybe that affected the kick a little bit.
Jacob Remmert, that is his third touchdown reception of the year. He's been a good blocker for the Tigers and has emerged as a good receiver as well this year.
And that's what seniors do. They just continue to get better as they get older, and Jacob's had a great senior season for the Tigers.
Albaugh ready to kick off. Now you look at the Cedar Falls team. John, do you see any weaknesses or glaring weaknesses?
Not really. I mean, the one game that scared me the most is probably Ankeny when that power running style just concerned me a little bit. But if it's a speed game, I really like our chances.
Ball bounces and running across the field. Watkins Hogue getting a little bit of a lane.
That's got to be holding.
And a flag comes down as Watkins Hogue tackled near the 30-yard line.
Speaking of getting tackled, I'm pretty sure Jay Seeger just got tackled running down the field.
Seeger, one of the men on special teams for Cedar Falls. Yeah,
Right there. Yeah. It's almost a form tackle.
So he's holding penalty against the Rams to add to their frustration, already trailing 27-0.
I thought it was interesting. The flag came from the official down the field by the 30 or 40 when the holding was happening right in front of another one there, but they got it right. Defense again is in a good position here. Coach Koltoff's got to like what he sees there.
First down,
it's on television right now.
Maybe they're watching our YouTube stream right now, Mark.
I don't know.
Get the surround sound there.
I'm not sure what's on network television
Yeah,
on Friday. I haven't
not
watched
yet.
it in years. I know.
Chicago Fire or something like that.
Law and Order.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to pass. Ball thrown, caught, and good run by Kane McWilliams. First down, tripped up finally by Ben Cernett. You see the speed of Kane McWilliams.
Looks like he was kind of unaccounted for there out of the backfield. He kind of faked a chip on the DN. Good play design.
Well, Tommy Casey is a senior, but a lot of these guys are just juniors here for Dubuque Senior. And these
McWilliams and
Watkins Hogue,
and
Hunter Preston, Ben Hayful, number 26, Seth Bullock, number 19. So got a lot of skill position guys coming back next year. Quick pass, and that's a nice catch by Watkins Hogue.
Like Eli Mickey was close to reading that. He read it. He just couldn't quite get there in time.
That was the best pass of the day by Casey.
He had to put something on it there. If that was kind of a softer pass, Mickey would have gotten to it.
Gain of 4, second down and 6. 10:31 remaining here the first half. 27-0. Cedar Falls dominating. There's a pass and a slant in. Alex Paxson, he thought he read that one, but just came up late, and they completed the pass. Watch Paxson just fly into the picture here.
Just missed it there, but good cleanup there by Barnett.
Hunter Preston makes the
Albaugh.
catch. So
that is the tough thing about playing a team that throws it into space is if you miss a tackle, then you're in trouble.
31 for those Halloween costumes. Doing overtime.
That's right.
Third down and 1. And direct snap. This is McWilliams. McWilliams bounces off a tackle. He'll pick up the first down and up to the 49-yard line. Again, it's Cernett with the tackle on Kane McWilliams.
One of the major reasons that play is successful is you get extra numbers when your quarterback is the one that runs it. He's obviously not a quarterback, but when you're in that Wildcat stuff, it just adds an extra blocker, and that's how you get a numbers advantage.
Max Gorley, the guard, with a pancake block for Dubuque Senior that time. Nicely done. First and 10 for the Rams. And McWilliams gets buried. Only a yard.
Williams on the carry for no gain.
Looked like maybe Aaron Neiman in there on the tackle and Clements.
Second down.
Neiman 97.
On that first quarter again, Cedar Falls 227 total yards to the Rams 25. It's been that type of one-sided affairs here in this first round playoff game so far. Casey drops back several steps, and he's hit just as he releases the football. And there's Colin Bonecamp making his presence known.
It's just so hard to block him. It seems like nobody's been able to all year. The thing I like there is he helped him up too. He knew he put a pretty good hit on him. And pops right up, helps him up. Good sportsmanship there. And like I said, you can't make a crossing pattern pass when you get that much pressure. It's just really hard to hit the timing.
We said it so many times, that relentless motor by Colin Bonecamp. Second on the team in tackles from his defensive tackle position. You won't see that again in a long time.
It's incredible, his speed. False start.
Movement by the Rams.
Delay a game. Well, the right tackle tried to start on time. Everyone else was a little late.
Watch it again.
Looked like the right side of the line moved a little bit, but I always like the ones where the officials say it's a false start on everyone but the center. Because the center forgets to snap it and everyone else goes.
Tigers showing the blitz with Caden Barnett, middle linebacker. Now they pull him out. Back to pass. Bonecamp bringing the heat, and pass low throw intended for McWilliams. Barnett with the coverage.
Cedar Falls did a stunt there with the defensive line, a cross stunt, inside out. Bonecamp gets free again. Barnett was there for the tackle if they would have completed it.
4th down and 15. Parker Kerf in the punt again for Dubuque Senior. Bryce Albaugh back, averaging 8.7 yards per punt return this year. Will he get a chance here? He will pick it up after the ball rolled to him and goes down the sidelines a few steps for being nudged out of bounds. So Cedar Falls offense 4 for 4 in this ball game. They have scored on all 4 possessions.
Yeah, the offense has clicked on all levels. You know, both running backs have looked really good. Loescher's hit his throws. The linemen have opened up huge holes. We've stayed ahead of down and distance on every drive but one. It's just been kind of a clinic on offense and defense here for the Tigers.
Cedar Falls meeting Dubuque Senior for the 3rd time ever in the playoffs. They met also in 1997 and in 2014. Tigers winning both those games. Thank you, Brian Wetzel, giving me some good notes on the Tigers this week. Brian's a historian on Cedar Falls Tiger football. That's a good tackle as Ryan Ostrich. Rare time he hasn't. He's been held. That's loss of a yard in the play.
That's one where we just kind of missed the tackle. The defensive tackle got off his block pretty quickly, and he's right there to meet Ostrich in the hole.
So it was Carter Conradi with the tackle for the Rams. 2nd down and 11. Low snap. Loescher, look at all the time for Kale. Now he just throw it away. That play never developed. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11 from the 20-yard line.
I think Borching would have jumped pretty high to get that one. Loescher just threw away to avoid the sack.
Just could not find, so the good coverage downfield by Dubuque Senior. 3rd down and 11. Tigers have to get up to the 31-yard line. Cedar Falls trying to go 15-0 against Dubuque Senior here at the UNI-Dome. Tigers need a big play. They throw it down the field, and it's caught! And staying in bounds is Daniel Hutchins. And all the way up to the 49-yard line of Dubuque Senior.
Flanagan on the tackle.
People don't understand how hard that throw is on the run there like this with pressure. Running full speed. Look at that throw. Just drops it right on him. Great catch by Hutchins, too. Good balance.
Cale
I mean, he's running full speed and just drops it like a dime.
Cale Loescher. Wow. What a pass that was. And Hutchins, a little extra, staying in bounds after he made that reception. So now on the Rams side of the field are the Tigers, hungry for more, up 27-0. Campbell in motion. They're going to run the jet sweep to Trey. Cuts up the field. He has running room, and he is gone. Oh, give him 6.
You're not catching that guy. I knew they'd come back to some of those motions with Campbell. They threw it to him on one of them, and then that one, they do the jet sweep, and you got to think, I got to keep contained. Well, they spread it out too far. Trey reads that, cuts it right up. See you later. Not catching that guy. He's running away from him.
Campbell, his first rushing touchdown of the year. That goes 49 yards.
Didn't even get touched. Not even a hand. Got to give the lineman some credit there as well, and the read by Trey.
Alba puts it through, 34-0. There's Trey Campbell. Yep, he can deserve a drink of water. Look at that.
Doesn't look tired. Doesn't look like he's winning at all. He could do it 5 more times.
He's cyborg. He had no expression on that face.
Exactly.
40.
Good angle here. This will be fun to see this one. See, they stretch it out. He reads that. Boom.
Well, Campbell, had you known throughout the week they might do some type of jet sweep
No.
with him?
No, but I mean, that's a great wrinkle when you get to the playoffs,
Yeah.
put some new things in, do some new things. And I'm sure they've probably practiced it many times before. We haven't seen it a ton. But a lot of times you do that to see if they're in a man or a zone defense. Sometimes it helps you get numbers on one side or the other. And when you have an athlete like Campbell, give it to him every once in a while on that jet sweep.
Well, the big play in that drive is that 3rd and 11 and the reception by Daniel Hutchins on that strong rollout pass by Cale Loescher. That kept the drive alive, and the Tigers. A couple plays later, it's the 49-yard run by Trey Campbell. Look at that kick. They kicked it out of the end zone.
Alba's just getting warmed up.
Boy, Alba. Boom. I found out this week Matthew Cook, let's look at the Des Moines Register Class 4A football poll. This is the final poll. Cedar Falls number 2. West Des Moines Valley got that win early in the season against West Des Moines Dowling, the number 1 ranked team.
Mark's calling for the number 4, 5, and 9 teams to get bounced first night of the playoffs.
Stranger things have happened. Stranger things.
It's going to happen, and then you're
Yep.
going to have me for the next week.
Well, here come the Rams. Right now, they're just maybe thinking about basketball and wrestling season. Nowhere to go off the right side. A quick tackle. Colin Bonekamp as he brings down DJ Hoskins after no gain. As I was saying, Matthew Cook, the All-State kicker for the Tigers last year, now playing for the University of Northern Iowa, who was the Missouri Valley Football Conference Special Teams Player of the Week for the 2nd time this season. I found out, he was a soccer player. He was a goalie.
Interesting. Waste of a spot for him there.
Well, they said they used it because he could
bomb it out,
change
yeah.
the field
Yep.
with a long kick, but I just thought that was strange that he was a goalie. As Casey throws it, and off the hands of Ben Hayfield near the Tigers sidelines. Looked like Hayfield was worried about getting his feet in bounds.
Tell you what, this is a great fake here. Not very often Bonekamp gets fooled, but what a great fake. He's open. He would like to have that one back. I think that's things where things aren't going your way, just kind of seems to compound there.
We've seen now a half dozen balls go off the hands of a Rams receiver. Not really helping Tommy Casey out too much here in this first half. Casey.
Screen.
Set up a screen. This time it's caught by McWilliams, who accelerates and gets the first down.
As a defensive lineman, it's hard to fight this urge, but when you get that much of a free run to the quarterback, something's got to be up. I watched a Patriots game a week or two ago where the screen pass went for like 60 yards, and you really think they're going to let Tom Brady get nailed by a bunch of linemen?
Yeah.
Once you get free, something's up.
Gain of 12 on the play. 1st and 10. They'll run the option. And this is Hoskins. Tigers force him wide, and he's only able to grab a couple of yards on the play.
It's good effort there to get a few yards. Monenkamp almost had him there. Then he gets off with the next one.
Hoskins a little upset after the play.
I would hope that Cook got that special teams player of the week when they played Iowa State, bombing those 50-yard kicks and everything else. Yeah. He has to say that
was the first
that one stuck out to me.
He had a 49. That was a 49-yarder he
Yeah.
made. And last week against Missouri State in the rain, he hit 3 field goals, another 49-yarder. Hoskins running hard, but the Tigers swarming him, and they'll bring him down. Short gain.
That's a great effort there. It looks like Barnett came up with the football, but they're going to call him down here first.
Hoskins on the carry. Keith Barnett on the stop. And 3rd down and 5.
Trying to rip the ball out.
Looks like Clemens kind of like hopped through the block there. He got through there really quick.
3rd and 5. 5:43 to go in the first half. Tigers cruising right now, leading 34-0. Cedar Falls missing the extra point on their 4th touchdown. Play action, a pass, and making the grab and turning up the field and converting again on 3rd down of the Rams.
We were close there. It was a good run there.
Jason Renkert, it looks like, number 86 with the catch. A correction, no?
89.
89, Hayden Francis.
Did a good job of curling it back to the middle where he had some blockers. It's great size. Sophomore, 6'3", 195.
As they
The
said,
skill position, the guys are all back, seems like.
As they said in one of my favorite comedy stripes, lighten up, Francis. There. Hunter Preston. Tackle right at midfield. He's upended. The Rams converting twice on 3rd down, and you see the pieces why they won 5 games this year.
This has been a nice drive.
Now they lost to Cedar Rapids Prairie only by 3 points, and we were so impressed by the Hawks and their effort against Cedar Falls in that district championship game. Final regular season game was 43-40.
That's the thing. Cedar Falls is ready and jumped on him right away and just never let him have any hope.
4:36 to go. Fake the pitch, and they try to run up the middle.
I'm not sure that was a great choice. It looked like they had some space to the outside. I don't know if they're trying to stretch Cedar Falls out and then run it back to the middle, but kind of went to the edge and faked the pitch and then came right back. There was nobody, no room and nowhere to go.
Trayton Weimer, Colin Bonecamp there.
I mean, they do know that Bonenkamp's coming,
Yeah.
right? He's coming from that side. I wouldn't run back to him. He's not going to give up on the play, I guarantee you.
3rd down and 8. Situated right on that UNI logo at midfield. And the pressure, and now running is KC, and Bonecamp gets to him.
Bonecamp on the tackle.
Again, that's again where it's just an effort thing. Okay, he runs by him, but then stays with it and makes a sack.
That's a loss, so that will count as a sack, and that will be the 10th sack on the year for Colin. So as he gets into double digits now with sacks on the season. The Tigers are now 4th down and 9. You're down 34-0. I guess why not go for it if you're Dubuque Senior?
Senior called the timeout or CF?
Oh, was it
I
Cedar
think
Falls?
Cedar Falls did because they
Okay.
want to get the ball back.
Okay.
That way, and you don't want to run up the score, but at the same
Sure.
time, if you can get above 35 at halftime and then be able to run the clock in the second half and play some subs, that's something you definitely want to do. Move on, get to the next game, but give the offense one more possession where you can kind of throw it, be aggressive, those kind of things. And then if you can score, then in the second half, clock's running and you can play a lot of guys.
So Cedar Falls has their punt team out there. Punt return team, I should say. And no, Senior is punting.
I'm pretty sure Cedar Falls called that timeout.
This is Parker Kerf. So, Albaugh returned a kickoff for a touchdown against Senior earlier in the season. Can he do with it on a punt? It's a short kick, fair catch, and the ball will be spotted right at the 26-yard line. So it's the Tigers out on the field again, where they have scored on all 5 possessions. This is the Des Moines Register Super 10. This includes all classes in the state of Iowa. And
only
similar to
4A team is
4A,
Western Dubuque. Yep.
Yeah, the 3A team in there is number 7 at Western Dubuque.
I'm sure they've had a great year, but I'd probably take those 8, 9, and 10 4A schools. But
back to pass.
Screen.
Like I set up a screen. It caught wide open as Ostrich down the sidelines. And it's still on his feet, the 50. And all the way up to the, well, that was too easy, all the way up to the 39-yard line.
It's a lot easier to see screens up at the top, up in the booth than it is on the field. They just slip them to the outside.
There was just no defenders for Dubuque Senior.
Well, you take the receiver and you run them off because it looks like they're playing man-to-man, so Cernette runs them off. Ostrich slips out into the flat with 2 linemen lead blocking.
Ostrich, after a timeout taken on the field, Ostrich coming into the game with 7 receptions this year. He did have a 77-yard touchdown reception last week in the victory against Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Pass again, yeah.
So Tigers kind of showing their arsenal of weapons tonight. They have really mixed it up, haven't they?
That's the impressive thing. I mean, they a lot of times they're passing it on traditional running downs and running it on traditional passing downs, and just if you don't know what's coming, it's really hard to defend.
5 different players have scored for the Tigers. Ryan Ostrich on a 2-yard run. Ben Cernette on a 9-yard touchdown catch. Daniel Hutchins on a 19-yard TD reception. Jacob Remmert from 11 yards out, and Trey Campbell on a 49-yard run on a jet sweep. So, Tiger offense. Boy, they're really clicking right now. You think about last week when they scored the 56 points against Cedar Rapids Prairie. Low snap. They're able to pitch the ball out to Ostrich. Again, untouched until he goes about 8 yards. Carries a couple tackles. And another first down run for Cedar Falls. And
he's a lot of fun to watch run here. Once he gets kind of to the second level, he sees an opening to his left. He just waits and then just jumps out to the left side.
Ostrich had over 200 yards rushing last week. Loescher over the middle. Cernette Holt brings it in. The Tigers adding to this offensive totals here in the first half.
It's a tough catch there by Cernette. You know you're going to get hit on that slant pass. Great throw by Loescher again, puts it right on the numbers.
Low snap. Loescher fields it. He's under pressure. Throws it off his back foot. Coming back to the football. Cernette makes the grab, but they're saying incomplete. Must have been out of bounds because I thought he caught that.
He did catch it. We'll probably have a great angle here to take another look at that, but because he kind of was down.
Look at this angle. Love it.
He was on his knees when he caught it, or on his feet. Yeah. Ooh.
Wow.
I think he caught that.
How about that by Loescher? 3 guys around him. He's backpedaling,
and then that's
arguably that looked like a touchdown.
Yep. And the blitz prevented it there, but if he would have had time, he would have seen that he was wide open right away. The blitz prevented that.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 16. Tigers, run the delay and bottled up. Good play as Dubuque Senior. One of the few defensive plays.
That's what seniors do now. They're just blitzing multiple guys, and they got nothing to lose. If you throw it over the top, it is what it is. But this guy was just waiting for the handoff.
Ben Hafel with the tackle. Big loss on the play. That drops Cedar Falls back about 7 yards. Like I say, at the 22. So this will be 3rd down and 16 coming up.
It's kind of where you have Remmert on the seam, or you have just to throw it up to Wolf. Campbell and Cernette on the outside.
Set up a screen over the middle to the tight end, and that's Remmert. Get about 5 yards back after that loss the previous play. 4th down. They're going to bring in the field goal unit.
This is also something that's really good to practice as well. You know, obviously, we'd like to score a touchdown, but this is also going to be something that could be important in a later game that's closer. Being able to make a 35-yard field goal could be huge.
This will be about a 36-yarder. It's up and appears to be good. It is. Alba.
That one extra point was too close for him.
Alba unofficially right now getting that 36-yarder.
I'm calling 35. We'll see.
Well, Alba now is 7 out of 13 on field goal attempts this year.
Couple feet to spare, no problem.
Here's the Tigers up 30. It's going to be 30. I said 39. 37 nothing. As the Cedar Falls, if they go all the way to the championship game, be like last year, they won't have to leave
That's
the
just how they
friendly
want it.
confines of the UNI-Dome. Cold, rainy night. I can't tell you
That's
enough
it's a
how
big
much
advantage.
I'm glad to be inside here this evening.
Yeah, we did a game up at Wartburg when it was against Prairie, and it was pretty cold, and we were sitting in a booth.
I've turned into a wimp in my old age. Ball kicked again deep into the end zone by Bryce Alba. Such a weapon for Cedar Falls. And I always think that's disheartening too, because if you have some stud back there can return it, and potential to go the distance, and never gets a chance.
Yep. You're always in a bad starting position, just like you said there, and kind of control the field position.
Yeah,
game.
I mean you got to go
80 yards.
It's a long field. Always threat of mistakes, or this Tiger defense making the offense miserable right now. Minute 25 to go. KC comes out throwing as a receiver, caught by Watkins Hogue. Good looking play. Right on the money. And Kendrick Watkins Hogue with the grab.
That's where he tried to catch him off guard there. Probably thinking they're just going to run the ball and get to halftime, and he just went on a seam. Good tackle by Cedar to save a touchdown.
Ball at the 48-yard line. So the Rams trying to get in the end zone here before halftime. Pocket closing, and Watkins Hogue was open in the sidelines, but the pass too high. He can only get a hand on it.
Tried to go up with one hand here, just missed it. That'd been a great catch if he was able to bring it down.
Rams actually, look at the stats. They average more yards per game than Cedar Falls. 373 to the Tigers, 356. Rams average 170 on the ground and 203 through the air. It's back to pass. And it's caught, coming in, slowing down is McWilliams for Cedar Falls. On the Tigers,
Mickey
Eli
slowed him down.
Mickey.
Mickey read it. He sees it, makes a break on it, just misses him. Barnett and Allball clean him up.
Lose yardage on the play. 3rd down, 14 facing Dubuque Senior. Clock running, only 37 seconds to go here in this first half. And the Tigers up 37-0. Looking all the way to the left and throws it right into the hands of head coach Dale Plessel.
Casey's pass intended for Preston, incomplete.
Coach Plessel on his 8th year at Dubuque Senior.
That's not what you want to do. You don't want to have to stop the clock, punt it.
Coach Plessel, he was an assistant coach in the Shrine Bowl this past year for the North team. That's always an honor for coaches to be named to the Shrine Bowl that's played here at the UNI-Dome. Short punt. Tigers staying away from it. And 16 seconds to go here. Well, by the time they down at 12 seconds. So the Tigers will not score on every offensive possession here in the first half.
Fake kneel, 81-yard bomb. Oh.
I don't think we're going to see that happening.
Okay.
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Sort of almost like the victory formation. The Tigers will go to one knee. We'll like getting everybody out on the field. Now we're ready. And Loescher goes to one knee, and Cedar Falls, a little pep in their step as they run into the locker room. Meanwhile, hanging their heads low is Dubuque Senior. Cedar Falls dominating. First 2 quarters of play in this Class 4A first-round playoff game. 37-0. Cedar Falls on top. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find them online at withamauto.com. John and I will be back with the second half of this playoff game right after this. This is Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
There is only one place that has all of the highlights, all of the interviews, and all the great behind-the-scenes footage. Don't miss out on the high-flying action as we break it down on Panther Sports Talk. Tune in each week as Panther Sports Talk covers everything related to University of Northern Iowa athletics. Catch Panther Sports Talk on Channel 15, Cedar Falls Community Television.
With phone service from those other guys, you get a bill like this. Take a good look. What are all those fees? Why is it so hard to see the real price of your service? After all those tack-on charges, it's hard to tell. It's different with FiberNet Phone from CFU. Great calling features are free, and you get one combined monthly bill for all CFU services. Visit cfu.net/phone to see our simple, low-cost service plans and switch to FiberNet Phone from CFU.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Picture all the devices at your house that connect to the internet and all the things they do. What's wrong with this picture? Looks like your broadband service can't keep up. Now picture your family with FiberNet broadband from Cedar Falls Utilities. CFU built fiber to your door for high-powered internet that keeps all your devices going strong. We've got the speed you need at 100, 250, or 1,000 megabits per second. Get the picture? Call and get connected with FiberNet broadband today.
Welcome back. Mark Simpson with John Yoakum here on Cedar Falls Community Television. 37-0. Cedar Falls with a huge lead over the visiting Dubuque Senior Rams. Let's take a look at a lot of highlights for Cedar Falls after the first 2 quarters of play. Tigers on their opening drive through the air and then running the option. Ryan Ostrich with a big run. Cale Loescher finding Ben Cernett, makes a great catch, sheds the defender, and brings it all the way to the 2-yard line. And that's set up. Short run by Ryan Ostrich. He finds the end zone for the 16th time this season, and it's quickly 7-0. Tigers set the tone on their opening drive of the ball game. Second time the Tigers had the football, and again, it's a big play by Ryan Ostrich. This covers 71 yards. We thought he was gone, but credit Kane McWilliams chasing him down at the 9-yard line. Next play, Ben Cernett shaking bacon. And he goes in for 6. And the Tigers 14-0. Tiger defense comes up with the interception by Jabril Bailey. And Bailey takes it all the way back to the 29-yard line, giving the Tigers tremendous field position. And watch this pass by Loescher to Daniel Hutchins over the shoulder. Only need 1 foot in play in high school football. And give him 6 on a great-looking pass from Cale Loescher. Tiger defense, they were swarming throughout the ball game. Kane McWilliams dropped in the backfield for a loss. And the Tiger offense, big numbers for Cedar Falls. We'll tell you about that here in just a bit. Bo Gross getting into the game, and a little punishment at the end of that run. That was a 43-yard run by Gross. That sets up the touchdown pass. Loescher to Jacob Remmert of 11 yards. The Tiger defense, Bonenkamp pressuring Tommy Casey. Watch this pass on the run. Hutchins makes a catch, stays in bounds. That was a 3rd down and 11 coming up for Cedar Falls. And then the Tigers run the jet sweep. And Trey Campbell, the exciting sophomore, gets free and in the open. Look at that stride as he goes all the way in for the score. 49 yards out. His first rushing touchdown of the year. At that point, it was the Tigers up 34-0. Screen pass to Ryan Ostrich. Tigers were doing whatever they wanted offensively at this point. Another good run by Ryan Ostrich. Great shots by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew as always. Alba finishes it off. 35-yard field goal. Tony the Tiger likes it. Tony, we're number 1. 37-0. Look at the stats right there, John. Especially total yards right now. Look at the balance by Cedar Falls.
Incredibly balanced, all the first downs. And the funny thing is time of possession, they've actually had the ball longer, but it just means we've had big plays right and left.
Tigers, Cale Loescher, that first half, 11 out of 16, 183 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Ryan Ostrich, of course, he had that long run of 71 yards, but he had 99 yards rushing in the first half. And Tigers, Ben Cernett, the leading receiver, 5 catches for 62 yards. Meanwhile, for Dubuque Senior, Tommy Casey, their quarterback, 10 for 20, 1 interception, only 83 yards. He was sacked once. Kane McWilliams came in with 998 yards, 6 carries, only 13 yards. Kendrick Watkins Hogue had 5 catches for 46 yards. So, like the scoreboard says, shows there on those stats after the first 2 quarters of play.
A very dominant performance there by the Tigers.
Let's take a quick timeout. A reminder, Cedar Falls postseason football is brought to you by our main sponsor, Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find them online at withamauto.com. We'll be back with more right after this. This is Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. That means stocking a wide selection of the area's top-selling pre-owned vehicles that fit any budget. From low-mileage cars to one-owner cars to local trades, we carry the vehicles you want. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
With phone service from those other guys, who do you call if something goes wrong? If you get through, can they help you? And where are they anyway? It's different with FiberNet Phone from CFU. If you need help with your service, calling features, or have a billing question, call us. If we can't help you by phone, we'll send one of our guys. Visit cfu.net/phone to see our simple low-cost service plans, or call us and switch to FiberNet Phone from CFU.
37-0. Tigers with the big lead. Interesting, Dubuque Senior just running out onto the field here. Just a few seconds away from the
Well, they probably
kickoff.
have plenty of corrections to make at halftime, but
Right now, I think Dale Plussel, the head coach for Dubuque Senior, maybe challenging his team. And as far as, let's not quit, guys. You know, we've had a great season. We made the playoffs. And let's not end on a sour note. Let's give a strong effort here all the way to the end.
Yep, and try to win the second half. I mean, you just kind of try to find the positives you can and go from there. And they get the ball first here. It's come out and have a good drive and see how it goes.
But they put up a few more minutes on the clock here, so that's why Dubuque Senior a little bit late coming out. The Tigers meeting the Rams second time in about 3 weeks. How about this stat? Cedar Falls is 8-0 in the playoffs all time versus teams they beat in the same year in the regular season.
Well, then if that's the case, I hope we play Bettendorf next.
That's true. Brad Remmert, head coach of the Tigers, talking to his team right now. Let's look at we're in bracket B here in Class 4A. The second-seeded Tigers on their way to a win here. They'll take on either the Lions of Linn-Mar or Bettendorf in the next round.
And then what happens after the next round, the final four teams, they reseed based off of RPI. So it's not going to be like A versus B necessarily or C versus D. And I kind of like the way of doing that. So the higher seeds get the best chance to get to the end.
Now, the brackets or the playoffs were 32 teams just a few years ago, but they've condensed it now to 16 teams, which I think is a little bit more better for high school football.
Yeah, and you don't want teams playing in 5 days apart from each other. They had to add another game, so they played quicker turnarounds. That's just not healthy for high school athletes.
There's, looking at some of the other brackets in 4A, there's Valley, the #1 seed, going up against Indianola tonight. Cedar Rapids Prairie out of Class 4A District 3, the same district Cedar Falls is involved with. And they're taking on Waukee tonight. I'm told that Waukee is winning that ball game right now. Ankeny Centennial.
Here's the upset bracket.
There he is. I picked Urbandale, and I picked Fort Dodge. We'll see how accurate I am. My crystal ball.
That's right.
And I'm told I'm way up. Kennedy has a huge lead right now. 36 points over Fort Dodge.
I've been impressed with Kennedy from a distance. They hung with Valley, who's the #1 team in the state, ranked #1. Held with them, beat Bettendorf, and kind of ran through everybody else. And so that's why I've just been impressed with them. Other than that, I don't know much about Fort Dodge. I just like to give Mark a hard time.
I just think they have a cool nickname, the Dodgers.
Well, they're performing like the LA Dodgers in the playoffs, apparently.
Bryce Alba ready to kick off. There's Dowling taking on Roosevelt and Southeast Polk versus Ankeny in bracket D. Told Ankeny has the lead in that ball game. Look at Alba, about 9 yards deep.
I was definitely impressed with Ankeny when they came up here. I mean, to come up here on the road, and Cedar Falls got off to a great start. We're up 14-0, drop of a hat, and then they battled back the whole way. And I was just impressed how physical they were. I felt like they were winning some battles up front that we don't typically see. That's a team that I wouldn't mind not seeing again.
Coached by Rick Nelson, who coached at University of Northern Iowa for several years. Here come the Rams. They'll have the ball first to begin this third quarter. Now we will have a continuous clock. I almost forgot about that with the Tigers up by more than 35 points here in the second half. So the only time the clock can stop is for an injury or a points. Is back to pass, and the ball goes through the hands of one receiver. Hunter Preston almost caught by Watkins Hogue on the rebound.
It might have been Marcus Moore on the tip.
Yep.
After the tip, Marcus Moore almost got it.
It was number 2, not 4.
Yep.
Marcus Moore.
Seeger is right there to make the play anyways.
Second down and 10, an incomplete pass. The Rams, they always get lined up and pull up and get the play from the sidelines. High snap and give it to McWilliams, and McWilliams goes down right away. No gain on the play.
I think Mickey got him there. Mickey read the play. Kind of bust right through there. He read it.
Eli Mickey, just a junior. He'll be coming back next year. Third leading tackler on Cedar Falls this year. Kind of moved him around linebacker position.
He gets a lot of coverage because he's so fast. He's able to cover a lot of areas.
Third down and 10. Cedar Falls has their ears pinned back, ready to chase after Tommy Casey. Pass over the middle. Oh, and Watkins Hogue should have had that one.
That's a pretty good throw there, right in through traffic.
Well, the receivers have not helped Casey tonight. That's a good pass. I think he saw on the peripheral vision Bryce Alba closing in on that play.
And those are plays you got to make for your quarterback. We sometimes take for granted how talented our receivers are. They catch almost all of those passes.
Boy, he catches that in stride. That would have been a big play. Parker Kerf with the kick. Fair catch made by Alba. Look at the starting position for Cedar Falls right away at the 47-yard line.
I would guess, if we're able to score on this drive, this will probably be Loescher's last drive. And a lot of those starters on offense get one more good rhythm drive here and punch it in and keep the 35-point rule safe, and then probably make some substitutions after that.
Tigers again. All-time first-round playoff games here in the UNI-Dome, 18-1. I'm curious, who's the team that beat Cedar Falls? Rolling to his right, Loescher guns it down the field and off the hands of Campbell. Almost made a nice running catch.
That's what I'm sure he'd probably like to have back. Good throw on the rollout, little high. That's a play he could definitely make.
How much do those gloves help the receivers?
I don't know. It's like flypaper. It's like it sticks right to it, but I'm sure it helps quite a bit.
Second down and 10. Rare incompletion for Loescher. Now 11 out of 17 as Ostrich explodes through the hole. And
it's Gross, I believe.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it was Bo Gross. They have similar running styles.
Yeah, straight at you and fast. Yeah. Finds a little seam here. That's a good vision there by Bo.
Bo, got an injury-plagued senior year. Started the year at running back and was kind of slowed down by some injuries. It allowed Ryan Ostrich now to get more carries, and Bo trying to come back here late in the season. Bo had, again, a 40-yard run in the first half. And this is Ostrich taking off, and Ostrich sheds a tackler. This time they won't get him from behind. Give him 6. Ryan Ostrich showing some acceleration there at the end of that play.
Just got to give him a little bit of space, and he'll do the rest of the work. Once he gets to the second level, he's just way too much to handle for the defensive backs. Good cut there, good speed. thing I'm really impressed with Ostrich is how fast he gets to top speed. You know, he makes a guy miss, and then all of a sudden he's back at top speed.
That covers 37 yards. Second touchdown for Ryan Ostrich. And Bryce Albaugh's point after try is good. The Tigers add to their total, 44-0. So Tigers won in Dubuque a few weeks ago, 33-10, and this game has been lopsided from the very beginning.
Great effort there by Ostrich. Breaking a few tackles, getting up top speed, good vision. The linemen love that too. Linemen love running backs that do that for them, because then they look really good. They get all those yards and all those stats. And
they're having fun on the sidelines right now. Give him some water there. Ryan Ostrich.
It's thirsty.
Yeah, why not? He just ran 37 yards. Another big performance by him. He's gone over 1,000 yards rushing for the season in this game. He scored now his 16th and now 17th touchdowns. 7 touchdowns here over the last 2 weeks. This guy you want in your fantasy football team.
Exactly.
There's a kickoff again. Albaugh boots it 7-8 yards deep, and Kendrick Watkins Hogue. All he can do is toss the ball to the official.
You're going to start seeing more guys come in, but this is also one where, you know, Cedar Falls also wants to let Senior do some subbing too. When Senior starts to take some of their guys, I'm sure Cedar Falls will take some of their guys out as well.
Now with the regular season over, Cedar Falls is able to add several of the sophomore teams to the varsity level. That's kind of a big thing for the sophomores.
It's a great experience for them.
The opportunity to experience the playoffs. Casey's pass deflected, and there's Clements again. The second time he's done that. Logan Clements.
That's a great job there. You're talking, if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, try to read the pass. Clements does a great job of staying in the line of vision and getting his big paw up there.
Logan's listed at 6'4". Right now, Tommy Casey thinks he's about
6'8".
Yeah.
Can't throw it over that guy.
Quick pitch, and McWilliams only
Good
picks up a
tackle
couple.
there.
That was a good open field tackle.
Nate G.
Nate G, the junior cornerback, coming up. Watch the tackle.
Did a good job of tackling him low.
3rd and 7 for the Rams. Again, continuous clock with the Tigers. The big lead. Dubuque Senior. It's going to be a disappointing finish for the season. They lost their last 2 regular season games, one to Cedar Falls, the other to Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Now they're going to lose here in the playoffs decisively, so kind of put the bad taste in your mouth. Otherwise, a pretty good season for the Rams, making it into the postseason.
They've had a good year, and you have to be optimistic about all the talent they bring back at their skill positions. You know, it's been a good year, and maybe they overperformed the first, 5-6 weeks, but then got caught up to them a little bit here late.
So back into punt, Parker Curve. It's kind of like that rugby style kicking where he always goes off a couple steps. High snap, and he has to kick it quickly, gets a good friendly roll. No chance of return, and the ball will go all the way to the Cedar Falls 38. So that worked out pretty well for them.
It's been interesting. We actually have to drive from the other side of the 50.
There's our score, 44-0. Tigers led 21-0 after 1 quarter of play. They scored on every possession in the first half offensively, except right before halftime when they went to 1 knee.
Don't feel like that should count against us, but.
Now running out of the eye, the Tigers keep it on the ground. And Gross picks up a couple. A little slow getting up for Dubuque Senior was Seth Bullock. the leading tackler for the Rams this year.
You know, all that contact hurts, but when you're down 44-0, some of those tackles hurt even a little bit more.
Gross stays in as the running back for Cedar Falls, along with fullback Jager Borcherding. Bouncing it outside. Little stiff arm. Penalty flag is out as it's a first down run for Gross, but where the flag was thrown, this usually is where holding is called against an offensive lineman. Let's see what the call is. A chop block by Cedar Falls.
That might be one where if somebody's engaged with somebody, you can't go low on him. I think they called it there. I don't think it was intentional. Looked like one of our linemen fell down. Maybe it was Jacobson, but kind of fell down and just kind of rolled into him right here. It wasn't.
Oh.
Gross kind of bumped into him and knocked him down. It wasn't by design.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a big penalty too. It's like 15-yard penalty.
It was all the way back to the 21-yard line. So Tigers now facing a second down and 27. Under center is Loescher. Tigers will throw. They loft it out into the flat and able to make the catch is Borcherding. Short yardage on the play.
Giving the fullback some love there out in the flat.
Borcherding coming up with the catch.
He's
That might be his first grab of the year.
Oh, I think so. He's had a lot of nice runs, but I don't think he's had any passes thrown to him yet.
Yeah, that is his first catch of the season.
Got to keep the fullback happy, Mark.
Borcherding, again, a key blocker as Gross is brought down from behind. Tackle made on the play. I think that's Logan Flanagan. With the stop, fourth down coming up. It's a rare time that Cale Loescher come in to punt. First time, in fact, of the ball game.
It's like the Maytag repairman that he never gets used.
Loescher averaging 39.5 punts, or 39.5 yards per punt this year. So flag comes out. And the ball will roll all the way down to the 17-yard line. Somebody lost their helmet for Dubuque Senior where that flag was thrown.
I think they kind of got into it, blocking a little bit. I think this might be on Cedar Falls.
Watch it again. It'll be up top right, top upper half of your picture here. Look about.
Looks like it's probably going to be a face mask against Cedar Falls, I'm guessing.
That might have been on the.
We may have pulled his helmet off.
So the is a face mask against Cedar Falls. It's another big penalty against Cedar Falls of 15 yards. I think falling down, he got his hand caught up in his mask.
They were kind of getting into it, blocking there. It's kind of getting a little bit chippy, and then as he fell to the ground, he reached up for something, and it looks like he got a hold of his face mask or helmet.
Down to the final 2:55, a quick moving third quarter with the continuous clock right now. Casey stays in at quarterback. Long pass and broken up. Wow, Jay Seeger. Or was that?
That's definitely Seeger, yeah.
Yep, breaking that up. Falls on.
It's a painful landing here, too, because Seeger lands right on top of him. Great effort by both guys there to go up after that one.
Again, the sportsmanship of the Tigers, making sure that the wide receiver's okay for Dubuque Senior.
That's painful when you're laying on the ground and somebody falls on top of you like that. It wasn't intentional, but it's just the way it worked out.
Tell you what, climbing the ladder.
Yeah, Seeger had some hops there.
Direct snap, and this is McWilliams. And the running game, just like the offense for Dubuque Senior, just not there tonight, as the Tigers have stuffed out everything.
There's plenty of receiver weapons, but maybe Seeger's saying, hey, you can throw one up to me, too.
Trayton Weimer disrupting that play from his defensive end position. 3rd down, 10, facing the Rams. $44-0, Cedar Falls. Clobbering Dubuque Senior in this first-round playoff game. Tigers led 37-0 at halftime. Pass caught on the sidelines, and good effort, and getting the first down is the receiver. And that was Watkins Hogue.
Just an aggressive finish to the run here. Catches it. Knows he needs to get a few extra yards to get the first down. You like the effort there by Watkins Hogue.
So up to the 45-yard line. Watkins Hogue, coming into the game, had 57 catches. Again, they run that fake pitch and they try to go up the middle, and it's just nothing there. It's Hunter Preston getting the direct snap.
That's the impressive thing with Cedar Falls, controlling that front with 4 guys.
Just not fooled by that deception by the Rams. 2nd down and 9 coming up for Dubuque Senior. On the season, they average 24.7 points per ball game. Oh, wide open. There's Hunter Preston, and he'll pick up another first down for Dubuque Seniors. He runs out of bounds at the Tiger 41-yard line. And that will be the last.
Just kind of lost him there.
Last play of the 3rd quarter. Tigers, again, right now with a huge lead, 44-0. And Cedar Falls postseason football is brought to you by our main sponsor, Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find them online at withamauto.com. We'll be back with the last quarter of this playoff game right after this. This is Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
There's our score, 44-0, heading into the 4th. That's called chillaxing.
Yeah, looks like the W is well in hand.
Tigers with the comfortable lead. That's an understatement. Back to pass. Casey under pressure, and the Tigers get another sack. There's Colin Bonecamp, his 2nd of the game.
Yeah, don't tell him it's running clock or 4th quarter. He doesn't know what that means. He's coming. Just no time for the quarterback.
Tommy Casey sacked for the 2nd time in the game by number 55, Colin Bonecamp, the 6', 215-pound senior. That was 11 sacks in the season. That's a lot in high school football.
Yeah, and it's not like nobody knows about him. I mean, he's getting double teamed. They're doing different blocking schemes against him, and it doesn't work.
Timeout taken by Dubuque Senior. We talked earlier in the game about Matthew Cook, former Tiger, now at UNI. There are a lot of Tigers right now playing college football in FBS or in Division I. And looking at the Tigers right now, look at that. That is impressive. At Iowa, Jack Campbell, Jackson Frericks, members of that team that advanced to the state championship last year, along with Ben Gertis, Zed Drake. We got 4 Tigers on that UNI team. Dalton Godfrey is a long snapper at University of South Dakota. Luke Loescher all the way in Oregon State. He's a punter there. Now it's Cale's older brother.
Yep.
And Nebraska, Wayne State, Winona State, Minnesota. Other guys in Minnesota, Keegan Larson at Concordia St. Paul, and Tyler Schmidt at Minnesota State. Brad Remmert, I know, is really proud of that. Back to pass, again running for his life, and then just running out of bounds. Puts the ball underneath his, puts it in his arms and just running out of play as Casey, 3rd down and long. 3rd down and what, about 20 yards coming up here for the Rams.
There's not a whole lot in the playbook for 3rd and 20.
I think this will be the last time we see their #1 offense.
I think
out
so,
on the
but
field.
I mean, Dubuque Senior might keep theirs, but I think our defense might be getting some guys in here.
Pass, slant in, and again it's dropped. So is the receiver. As Riley Barnett. Little exclamation point. Play was still live, so you can't fault the effort of Riley Barnett.
And you can't stop him from his, I mean, if he catches it, he's got to be there to make the tackle, so.
And now they're going to check on that was Watkins Hogue. So he's the one shaking up on that play, and he was down right at midfield. So injury timeout as they look at Watkins Hogue.
And it's unfortunate he dropped the ball there, but Barnett can't stop his momentum. If he catches the ball, he's got to be there to make the tackle.
So that will stop the clock. So look at the injured wide receiver. And upset about that is Dale Plussel, the head coach for Dubuque Senior. Watkins Hogue. Maybe it was just a stinger. He's getting up now, running off on his own power. Kind of favoring his lower back. So punt unit on the field again for Dubuque Senior. 10:15 to go in the game. Cedar Falls led 37-0 at halftime. It's now 44-0.
Be nice to get a chance to return run, but he just doesn't quite kick it far enough to have a chance to do that.
High kick, not very far. No chance for return, and down at the 31-yard line. They didn't even make it to the first down marker. That was like, what, a 19-yard punt.
Yeah, that's generally not a good sign if your punt doesn't reach your first down marker.
Wow. The Tigers will take over at 31. Good news for the chain gang. They don't have to move. So Hunter Jacobson will be the new quarterback. Sophomore coming into the ball game. So I see a lot of new faces coming in for Cedar Falls.
Looks like Bryden Borchning at center.
All right, we got Landon Shaw at fullback. And Shaw will get the handoff. Nope, Jacobson will keep it himself and tackled, no gain on the play.
I'm guessing he was trying to get it to Shaw, and the handoff wasn't smooth, and so Jacobson just kept it.
Loss of a yard. Hunter Jacobson. Good year on that sophomore team. They only lost one game this past year, if I were.
They only lost one game? Yeah, that's right. And I think it was the senior, at senior.
Oh, again, it's a bad exchange. Ball loose, and Senior's going to, no, not pick it up. Hustling back. Wow, hot potato. Nobody wanted that. Finally getting it looked like Andrew Wickner. Nope. They're going to say the Rams come up with it. All right. Look how many guys had an opportunity at this football. They got kicked around.
It's people don't even know where it's at.
And I thought Wickner may have gotten it, but
no, it's still slipped out again.
Rolled off his hip, and the Rams finally come up with it. So Dubuque Senior right now, they desperately, they don't want to get shut out. That's
be interesting to see how many guys were fighting on the bottom of that pile for a football that wasn't there.
Yeah, grabbing somebody's foot or something.
Yeah. Looks like Keyshawn Mosley, Aaron Neiman, Trevor Fisher, Peyton Bonner in on that defensive line there. Aaron Neiman in on the tackle there.
That's Hunter Preston. Direct snap, and Preston picks up a yard.
Looks like seniors made some subs as well.
You see the Tigers, they come running out of the tunnel, begin the ball game. It's pretty impressive. They've added all these sophomores.
Definitely adds some power in numbers there.
Yeah. 2nd down and 9. Casey will give the ball and bouncing it outside. Running room, and it's Hoskins. And a high tackle, and there'll be a penalty added to it. I think they may have horse collar tackle. Lean with the tackle for Cedar Falls.
Did a good job of hustling over to make the play. Good run by the running back, bounces it outside.
DJ Hoskins getting up too high, and a penalty will be assessed as knocking on the door. A great opportunity here for the Rams to get into the end zone.
I'm not sure that was a penalty, but with them being upset from the tackle before in the previous series, and things been pretty physical. They said face mask, but he didn't get him his face mask. I don't think that was a penalty, but like I said,
and Cedar Falls jumps off sides. The ball was spotted at the 8. Now we move to the 3-yard line. So penalties, the clock stops as well. Penalties, injuries, touchdown, points. Timeouts, obviously, when it's a continuous clock like the situation we have right now. Rolling out, option, Hoskins. Oh, he dropped it, and the Tigers have it.
Big Ryan Dunlop on the recovery there.
Ryan Dunlop, the senior linebacker, recovers it. Oh, it looked like they were going to walk in for the touchdown.
And that's why I don't really like doing anything too fancy when you're that close to the end zone. Just run it straight ahead. They haven't run a lot of that option pitch all day, and then that's the play on 1st and goal from the 4. Dunlop did a good job of being right there to get on it.
Adds to the frustration for Dubuque Senior. 1st and 10 at the 3, and they turn the ball over, and the Tigers have it now at the 8-yard line. 5:49 to go. Let's see if Cedar Falls can preserve this shutout. Tigers will run, and that's a strong run for Cedar Falls, as that was Jordan Hepner. I saw Hepner. We covered one sophomore game this year. That guy's going to be a weapon for the Tiger Varsity next year.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely putting up some numbers at the sophomore level. Good, powerful runner. Hits the hole hard. I was glad to see we're able to get the snap clean, get the handoff.
Dylan Dean with the tackle for the Rams. They show blitz. We're at the 5-minute mark here, or 5 minutes left, I should say, in the ball game. Pitch out, a flag is thrown. But getting a little bit sloppy here towards the end.
Like Xander Stover on the run there.
Xander looked a little displeased after that. Doing a little bit jawing with one of the Rams.
Kind of a block here where we kind of pancaked the guy. I think they called the penalty.
So penalty is declined. They're going to take the loss on the run on the nice tackle by Dubuque Senior. To 3rd down and 6. 4:47 to go in the ball game. Now this continuous clock, you make a 1st down here, and you might be able to run off the clock.
I agree.
This is Hepner, and he is hit hard. And Hepner took a couple hard hits there, and only picks up a yard, and punt unit coming in for Cedar Falls.
And they always go with the #1 punt team because they want to make sure they get this right.
This is only the second punt of the game for Cedar Falls. Cale Loescher standing right at the 1-yard line. And Loescher high, spiraling football. And this is McWilliams. Oh, good open field tackle by the Tigers, Eli Mickey.
Great coverage there. You got to see some of Mickey's speed there, but just his ability to break down here and make the tackle. Made it look easy.
Well, it's Elijah, but goes by Eli. And he is.
I got to coach him last year at sophomore basketball, and it's a lot of fun to be around, and just a hard-working kid.
See another flag. I didn't see that. It's going to go against Cedar Falls. Tigers have gotten as many penalties here in the last 4 minutes than they have the entire game.
I think they kind of heard it from the Dubuque senior sideline and stands, and maybe making it up for now. I'm not sure.
Last time the Rams had the football, remember that third down incomplete pass where Riley Barnett collided with Kendrick Watkins Hogue after he had dropped it.
Yep.
And
He's just finishing the tackle.
Grabbed Watkins Hogue and took him to the ground, and since then, so the Rams feel the play is kind of chippy. Good stiff arm and gang tackling by Cedar Falls. Finally, we're at the 33-yard line. That was Ben Hafel, Jr., making the catch.
That was a physical run there by Hafel. 6'1", 200 pounds. A lot of power there. Keeps his legs moving.
And running is Hoskins. He slips, and he is down. Again, nothing malicious there.
No.
I can't understand why the sidelines are upset about that.
It's the tough thing with watching all the NFLs.
Yeah.
That's a live play in the NFL.
He's down, and Lean just taps him. Second down, 13 as Hoskins slips. Just 2:21 remaining in the ball game. The sooner this gets over, the better. At this point, emotions are getting a little bit too high in some areas. Frustration of a season coming to an end for Dubuque Senior. That's a good throw and catch.
Like Ryan Fink on the tackle there. Another sophomore out there. He was a great corner at that sophomore level. He's pretty impressive in the games we got to watch.
Reception made by Hunter Preston. Third down and 8. Tigers with the reserves in the ball game here with the huge lead of 44-0. 3 touchdown passes for Cale Loescher, a couple touchdown runs for Ryan Ostrich. Has taken a big hit. Nice tackle by Cedar Falls.
That's Ryan Fink again. He's showing up with bad intentions there. It was stuck him pretty good there.
That's the end of the play.
He reads it right away, and boom.
Marcus Moore. Just wondering if they got the license plate of that car. Wow. Fourth down and a couple. Direct snap. This is Hunter Preston. He'll run it for the first down. Just a minute to go in the game.
Hey, Gabe Clausen on the tackle there.
And now the Rams call a timeout.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I like that, but.
They have the ball at the 20-yard line, 53 seconds remaining. So the Rams spend their second timeout of the game and desperately trying to get onto the scoreboard here with.
And I think if you're going number ones versus number ones, I'm okay with some of that, but it is what it is. I just didn't like you talked about with the chippiness kind of with the players. I didn't want situations where there could be more of that. But it's good experience for our sophomores and the other reserves that are in there to, you're playing against a group of number ones from senior, and you get a chance to stop them and build for the future.
I think those guys are going to be talking about this. I mean, just the getting into the ball
that's
game,
exciting,
how exciting for them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're there every day at practice as well, working their tail off and getting everyone ready, and they love getting out there and getting some snaps as well.
Get involved in the state high school football playoffs. Not many people can say that. So after the timeout, Casey in the shotgun formation. Look out, and the Tigers get to him with the sack, ball loose. That's ball game there.
Yeah, it's Trevor Fisher, I think.
Wow.
Yep.
Trevor Fisher, senior linebacker, came from the blind side, and another sack for Cedar Falls tonight.
This is like a blur. There's no time. Boom. Good job wrapping him up. Who recovered that one? I wonder if it was Dunlap again.
That's one of the hardest hits of the night. Good job, Trevor Fisher, late in the game here. So Cedar Falls will just take a knee and we'll move into the quarterfinals.
Bone Camp says, hey, you've been learning.
And we got, I think that's the game here. Tigers are going to have to snap it. I think the refs just want this one over.
Yep. Great game by the Tigers there. Yep. Great performance. Pretty strong statement made there.
44-0. A dominant performance again by Cedar Falls. They built a 21-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. 37-0 at halftime and win 44-0. Watch the touchdowns tonight. Ryan Ostrich gets Cedar Falls going from 2 yards out. That's the opening drive of 65 yards. Later on, Ben Cernett, 9-yard pass from Loescher. Cernett, though, that's a pretty nifty move there. Later on, Loescher hooking up with Daniel Hutchins from 19 yards out. Tremendous accuracy by Loescher on that pass. Later on, Loescher finds his tight end, Jacob Remmert. That carried 11 yards. This is the jet sweep where Trey Campbell goes 49 yards as the sophomore, untouched, dashes in. At that point, it was 34-0 Cedar Falls. Bryce Albaugh from 35 yards out, 37-0. That was our score at halftime. And then the Tigers getting one more touchdown. It was Ryan Ostrich, a 37-yard run. Ostrich going over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. Another game over 100 yards. Yep. Feed the beast as Ostrich.
Cool him off.
Now you see the participation trophy going to Dubuque Senior. Always the good sportsmanship as the winning team. Cheer them on. So on to the quarterfinals in 4A for Cedar Falls. They post a shutout, make a statement to the rest of the state tonight. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Awesome job as always by our Cedar Falls Community Television team. For John Yoakum, I'm Mark Simpson. Thank you for watching Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham Way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham Way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by